man is an ass, but he's not a dumbass. He had to know that this was
I light up the club with one stanza. Niggas getting their hands up, chicks come out their pants. What? It's been a minute since I first put it down. Bought you them 2 drunk hits from.
To be honest, I'm a dude. I can get down with the skank factor a little bit.
Down, that's my nigga. We still the same, cause Vik without the 2 drunk click, that's not a game. Look, we on a different page, but it's the same book. It's still in with Vik.
Grey Goose was flowing nonstop. It was like it was on tap. The music was tight, and
this is aimless. They can't recognize this game. Niggas is gameless. I'm dynamite. When I rock the mic, it's like I cannot be stopped.
What's up, y'all? Once again, it's Vik coming at you. Get at me as always at Vik at VikVikPresents.com. That's Vik with a K. And you know, we're back at it. It's getting deeper into the new year, and you know, a lot is going on. So as always, I'm just going to tell you what's been on my mind lately. And first off, good to see a little sunshine back in the Bay. We went through quite a spell with all the gray and the clouds, the rain, off and on, kind of, you know, unstable weather patterns. Not what we're used to out here in the Bay. You know what I'm saying? That was a little bit nerve-wracking, to say the least. And it wasn't just a little bit of rain. You heard me talk about it in my last little entry, man. But we've had a good little string of sunshine, and you know, like I said, that's what we're used to out here. That's what I'm talking about. Gets you in the mood, you know. Sunshine, convertible tops. You call them rags, we call them drops. You ride white walls, we ride Vols. You got a girlfriend, we pimp hoes. You know, that's that old school short. What you know about that? Y'all don't know nothing about that. But that's what we're used to. That's how we do it out in the Bay, and you know, on the West Coast. A little sunshine is feeling good. So you know, we're back in the mood. Spring isn't quite in the air yet. We've got to wait another month or so for that, but still it's feeling good and it's looking good out there. And you know, you can tell when it's that time, because even just on a couple of days of sunshine, you know, you got the little shorties walking around trying to debut their new fits. Like I said, it's not even springtime yet, but they just couldn't wait. So it's a beautiful thing as always. So the last time we talked, that was just before the Super Bowl, and the Super Bowl is over. Lovely affair. Congratulations to the New Orleans Saints. And I just had to, you know, mention this real quick. I know it's been almost 2 weeks, I think, since the Super Bowl's been written in the books, but I got to come in and own it. You know, I picked the Indianapolis Colts to win the whole thing. Didn't really see how New Orleans could do it unless they were some, you know, amazing team of destiny, which apparently they were. But the reality is they just took it from the Colts. The Colts were the favorite, and on paper it seemed like they kind of should have got it done, even though I think I mentioned before that I didn't think that they should have been so heavily favored. But it didn't seem like a lot of people gave New Orleans a chance. You know, they had more than a chance, and they took it with a gutsy call. Still questionable to me on the onside kick. You know, that's one of those things where if it works, you're a genius, you're the hero. And like Charlie Brown said, if you miss it, you'll be the GOAT. Charlie the GOAT Brown. You know, but it didn't work out that way. New Orleans Saints are the Super Bowl champions, and that's a real feel-good story for the people of New Orleans and for the people of Louisiana as a whole. So, you know, you can't take anything away from that. And you know me, if you're going to be a champion, you got to come out and take it. I like the way they just came out, you know, basically just dominated. The Indianapolis Colts just didn't have an answer defensively for the Saints. Saints just waltzing up and down the field in the second half, and you know, the defense was just getting rolled on. At the end of the day, can't let that happen, you know. And the New Orleans Saints defense stepped up. I wouldn't say they necessarily shut Manning down, you know, but they did what they needed to do, put him in a position where he was pretty desperate and threw a couple of picks, which is really unmanning-like. But, you know, it's a desperate situation. And when you go to the air, keep going to the air, keep going to the air, keep going to the air, sooner or later, bad things are going to happen, baby. And, you know, if I remember correctly, it's the same cat who picked off Brett Favre at the end of the Minnesota game. So, you know, I guess it was just talk about destiny. Talk about your moment in the sun. My man, I think it's Terry Porter, I think is his name. Man, he may never feel this much like a hero again in his life. So soak it up, enjoy it. I know the parades are done and they're probably still partying over there, recovering from Fat Tuesday. It's just a big deal, man. So that's that. on to other things. Speaking of, Fat Tuesday is a cultural event. Speaking of another cultural event, we are deep in the middle of the Chinese New Year, which I should refer to as the Lunar New Year to be proper, because it's not just Chinese people that celebrate and recognize the Lunar New Year. So Gong Hei Fat Choi, San Ning Fai Log, and San Ting Ging Hong. That's how you gotta come if you want to get your Lai Si. That's what you gotta do. That's how you gotta lay it down. So I don't really get too much of that anymore. Leave that to the little ones. So they can say what they need to say, so they can get their little monies and candies or whatever it is. I'm just laying back enjoying the good food. Probably a little too much of that, and a little too much yam zhao and not enough yam cha. So what can I say? The Remy is flowing. Courtesy of our gong. Doche, go ahead. I can't say no. So had to indulge, and it's a beautiful thing. Like I said, as long as you do it responsibly, and definitely did that. But good times, and the celebration continues for another week or so, and it's just all about respecting the culture, respecting where you come from, and what better way to do it. It's a great combination, because on the one hand you got that going on, but then it's February, it's Black History Month, so it's just and for me and my family on all sides, it's just a beautiful thing, man. And and this year is the year of the tiger. And what better segue? I think my segues are just flowing. My segues are flowing today, man. I'm segueing into Tiger Woods' hit back in the news. I thought he was done for a little while, but tomorrow he's actually going to come out and address some of the controversy surrounding his recent events in his life. And this is not really a press conference. This is something that's very controlled. I don't know what anyone would expect, and I don't know how you could expect anything else from Mr. Woods. That's just the type of cat that he is. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, because I thought I closed the book on this couple of weeks back, and probably ticked off a few people, particularly the ladies. So we're not going to go there again. But what I'm just saying is, I stand by what I said. I don't feel like the man needs to do this. If he wants to, that's fine. He may have an obligation to some of his sponsors to come out and say something. But the reality is, this is an internal matter between he and his family, and obviously some business associates. Yes, there are people who've looked up to the man, and maybe he wants to try to make amends and maybe apologize to some fans who have looked up to him. But part of that is on us as people for making role models out of folks who never intended to be. The other day it dawned on me that perhaps this is one of the reasons why Tiger Woods has been a little hesitant to just put himself out there as, hey, I'm the voice of the minority in this game that's been dominated by whites for so long, and now here I am. And he's taken a lot of flack, particularly from the likes of Jim Brown, about not being a little more vocal about his Afrocentrism, I guess you could say, and not really promoting and advocating that out loud. And it dawned on me, it's like, maybe one of the reasons he hasn't been so quick to do that is because he knows who he is deep down inside, and he's like, hey, look, don't paint me out to be this hero that you guys want to come after and chase after and follow after, because if you knew who I really was, it would just be all bad. And it looks like kind of at this point we do sort of know who the man really is, or we're getting a glimpse of at least another side, I should say, of who he is. And and it's a side that a lot of people, not me personally, because I don't judge that way, but a lot of people look at it as a dark side. So So whatever happens, Tiger Man, good luck to you tomorrow. And in terms of trying to rehabilitate your image, man, just win. This culture is kind of funny. This society is kind of funny. But I tell you what, get out there and dominate on the golf course for a little while, another year or two, and people have a funny way of forgetting about these little transgressions, and that's all I'm gonna say on that.